A soft coup. I mean, I would actually suggest, I would ask, at what point does the government become the functioning and in control government, right? So Taiwan, the official name of Taiwan is what, the Republic of China, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
And so many people make the joke that communist China is just West Taiwan because the original government of China fled to Taiwan.
Yep.
They've maintained themselves ever since, resisting the communists. And so my question is, at what point after the coup happened in the United States, Woodrow Wilson, who knows, the banker plot, the Federal Reserve.
1913, that's a big
right. So my
one.
point is simply this. Maybe the revolution was Donald Trump. Not that he is a perfect guy, not that he was the guy, but that he ripped the establishment's power in twain and they were losing their minds.
And they're still losing it.
Absolutely. And so when everyone's like, they're trying to stage a coup, and I'm like, well, you know, the thing is, the establishment was in control. The Uniparty was in control. Then a bunch of people on the internet made a bunch of memes, and the reality TV real estate mogul wins and says, don't do wars, we're shutting it down, secure our borders. And then they lose their minds like, we've lost control of this. That's why it's funny when they say our democracy. They say Donald Trump is a threat to our democracy. They're literally saying that there's a populist uprising against the autocratic control we've maintained for generations.
Yep, that's true. It was George Bush Sr. in the 90s said that we were moving towards a new world order. This liberal economic order was fading into something new, a global order. And Trump got into office and canceled the Trans-Pacific Partnership right away.
And that's
3 days
exactly,
in. It was if you look at the investor-state dispute settlement clause in that Trans-Pacific Partnership, it said foreign countries, these investors, these Malaysian oil companies, can sue a state for discrimination.
Right.
If we chose not to buy a Malaysian company's oil as American citizens, they could sue our country, and as taxpayers, we would have had to pay a corporation out. That's what that Trans-Pacific Partnership was going to do to us.
Yep.
And Obama was on board. And then Trump came in and threw it in the garbage. I don't even know if he knew what it was, what it was doing. I don't know if he stopped something he understood.
He just knew there were a bunch of people outside yelling Trump, and they had expressed concerns about it.
Let's not fool ourselves and act like there's not so much foreign influence today still in the United States, though, right? I mean, it's AIPAC's arguably one of the very strongest outside influences in the United States today, and it's, you know, and it's not good for us as Americans, especially when you're an American first person, right? But Trump got into office and immediately hired John Bolton, so I mean, the establishment thing is kind of
I think
Donald, he was not great at hiring.
Donald Trump
it's the worst. It was really bad.
Understand? Donald Trump thought. He was like, I'll play ball and I'll get done what I want to get done. And they were like, no. You don't understand. You live under our boot. You know, the joke is, you know, as soon as you win the election, you sit down in the Oval Office, guy from the CIA sits down and just sits down, says, Mr. President, opens a manila folder and then slides a picture of JFK right across the table and says, we'll be in touch, and then leaves.
Right.
We get it. Trump is the guy who was like, what is this? I don't know what you're showing me. Why are you showing me a picture of this guy? And they're like, we're letting you know. Letting me know what? I don't get it. And they're like,
Too dumb to intimidate.
Doesn't understand what we're trying to say to him. And he's like, look, we're going to secure the border. We're shutting down the doors. No, Mr. President, we're not. Yes, we are. I'm the boss. And he doesn't listen.
Yeah.
So what do I think is, when Trump was running, I remember I was in D.C. Trump had a meeting with a bunch of establishment Republicans. They did not want him. The Democrats wanted him to be the Pied Piper candidate. Trump, I think, genuinely wants to secure the borders, bring jobs back. That goes against their agenda. And so he thinks when he gets in, now I'm the president. I've got to play ball with some of these guys. I got to, you know, there's favors. We'll bring in John Bolton. I think Sheldon Adelstein wanted
a lot of
favors. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so then what happens? Russiagate. And Trump, I think, finally realizes, bro, you are being tricked, manipulated, and lied to, and you brought in a bunch of dumbasses.
I question whether or not there are people available to fill the positions that are not currently like already steeped in the bureaucracy.